what I'm being told by the Spirit of God prophetically is that the season that we're in is a temptation to back off and compromise. And that's a prophetic word. It's not a pathetic word, it's a prophetic word. That's where we're at. We're in the days of Noah. They're back upon us again. And right before, and that's what Jesus said, it'll be just like in the days of Noah before I come. Well, what was happening? There was interbreeding, there was hybridization, there was all kinds of things going on. There was a falling away. But it got to where, I mean, Jesus tried to give you a hint. He said, when I come back, will I find faith on the earth? Why would he say that? Because there might not be any. Okay, why would he say, listen, there's a deception coming upon the earth that even the very elect could be deceived if that were possible. In other words, why did he say that? Because the elect can't be deceived because they're chosen. But he's saying it's so sly that even the elect could be deceived if that were possible. He's saying those wordings to try to lead you to a conclusion. He's leading you. And this is the times and the seasons that we're in. Is that Satan got in to the format of the church. And so the churches were ministering to people's souls so that when this came upon us, we weren't powerful in the spirit because we were ministered to in our soul. So our response was all soulical, and we became snowflakes. With 1 degree difference, we started to melt. So our response was in the soul, only because we were programmed that way. If we're trained to be in the soulical realm, that we don't have the power to break free. My grandmother, her goal was to leave an inheritance. No matter how poor, it didn't matter. My dad, he did everything just so he can make it through this life and help us, okay? And then now, everybody fights to survive. So what had to happen is I had to be plucked out, and I had to leave my area and go away to college and get away from the familiar spirits, the family spirits that are assigned to my family. I had to get away from that because they're on a curve. They're caught. They're caught in the gravity of destruction. They're too close, and it's pulling them into orbit. I had to get out of that. I had to break away, which takes a huge amount of power to break out of the pull when you get grabbed into an orbit with that pull. But what I'm saying is that you are working against generations of established destruction. And the reason I'm saying all this, and I've taken 20 minutes, is because I had a single mom come to me in tears because I gave her my salary for the month. I went back to work. So the Lord said, go back to work so that you can give this amount of money every month. You just pick someone and sow it. This woman said, my church has not even called me, knowing that I can't work, that I lost my job and I have a newborn. I'm single. Never in 1 year have they even asked me how I'm doing. I have no money, I have no food. And we hear this all the time. And I felt like this morning, the times and the seasons, I have to share this. The time and the season is for those who hear, who discern, should just come together. And